Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Love Our Life. Today we are doing more Epic Universe construction updates. So let's get into it without any further ado. So come on and join me. So over the last few weeks, our Epic Universe construction update videos have been pretty lengthy. The last two, I think, have been over an hour. But today, we're not going to spend that much time. I know you guys like the longer videos, and trust me, they'll come back. But this week, BioReconstruct just has a few photos for us to go over. But I felt that they were important enough for us to take the time to go over them. So let's do it. And thank you once again to BioReconstruct for the photos. But let's get into it right now. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is the carousel here, the celestial carousel. So last week we covered this pretty heavily. This was a big part of the video last week, but we just wanted to follow up on what we had from previous weeks. So let's take a look at it here as they continue to add paneling to the top of the carousel here. You can kind of see just going around the side, the rock work here to the left of the photo, at the bottom of the photo there, as they're starting to build some things around it. Now this was here last week, but I just wanted to point that out, that that's there as well. So it just continues to happen, and I'm sure that this will be finished within the next week. Probably within the next video, we're probably going to be talking about how like it's completely finished or whatever. But I think that's pretty cool that that's done. I wanted to start with that just to kind of get our feet wet just a little bit. Now, here's something I really wanted to talk about, and I've been wanting to talk about this for a little while. Here is the parking lot. Now, a lot of people have been questioning how the parking lot is going to look. Well, let's talk about it. So up at the top here, let's just read this off. Aerial look at a section of Epic Universe day guest parking being refreshed. Note the difference in lines. Top left portion is the herringbone style in like a shopping plaza. The new lines in a traditional theme park style. So you can see here as they're kind of going that way. This section at the top of the photo is redone in the weeks ago. So here's kind of what it's going to look like, as you park. This is the parking lot, or at least one of the parking lots. Now, someone was saying that the team member parking lot would be also included right over here. I'm not sure on that. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But it looks like this is going to be just traditional parking. There's not going to be a parking structure, parking garage. Now, one could argue the parking garage is better. And one could argue it's just more annoying than anything. You can kind of see here, this is very traditional style, very Epcot Hollywood Studios type of parking lot. Really long aisles with two ways to get through, most likely. Now, someone was asking me if Epic Universe is going to have trams, and I highly doubt that. I think it's just going to be one of those things. If you're parked at the back, you're parked at the back. Now, they could offer trams, but I highly doubt it. I don't think it's going to be that big of a parking lot to warrant trams. Now, it might be. I don't know. But I don't foresee them doing trams. They could, but I just don't foresee them doing so. But let's move on to the next photo here. The aerial photo here is the toll plaza for day guests at Epic Universe. The arrow as the traffic flow vehicles at right are exiting from one of the parking sections now in use by construction team. This will also be the day guest exit from this section. So you can kind of see where the car is down at the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's where the exit will be as you come out. So you're not going to exit through the toll area, but just where that is at. It's very, if you've ever been to Epcot, it reminds me of Epcot a lot with the parking lot, like how that's structured or whatever. But you'll actually come through here and go through there that way, and then go up and then turn left as you're turning into the parking lot. So be prepared that they're going to do very much, now bear with me, Disney-like parking for this. So they're probably going to have team members out saying, okay, come this way. Hey, you, I know we just parked that guy, but stop. We're going to make you go all the way to the end of that row. They're probably going to do that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just warranted. It's probably going to happen, which is not that big of a deal. And that's why I feel like sometimes I prefer this style to the parking garage. Parking garage can be a little annoying, but at the same time, I just don't think that it's going to be exactly like that. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. And I don't feel like the parking lot's going to be that huge. I mean, even though it is, I just don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to walk it. You know, I don't know. I could be wrong. You know, watch it opening day. I'm parked at like this section back here where the last cone is. Then I might say something different then. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it'll be cool. So here's kind of a look at the actual toll plaza here. This is where you will pay to park, or if you're annual pass holder, show your pass. It'll be easy just to get in there. And, you know, a lot of talk keeps coming up about annual passes. We're going to talk about that by the end of the video. But it's kind of idea. They're getting that going there. It looks like a traditional plaza here. I'm sure it'll have an Epic Universe logo or Universal logo at the top there. Most likely Epic Universe. So another look here. Aerial photo of the construction of the Epic Day Guest Parking Plaza. Traffic to flow left to right. So it's going to go this way. And if you're looking at me, it's going to go that way, maybe. That way? This way? I don't know. Either way. But I just thought this was kind of important stuff to show you guys and talk about. Because a lot of people want to know how parking is, what it's going to look like, how it's going to go. So the aerial photo is worked so far from a toll plaza to enter day guests at parking at Epic Universe. The steel frame and a concrete block building so far at the left. Draining water patterns can be seen from a just ended heavy rain. So you can kind of see where you're going to enter in, where you're going to exit from, all that kind of stuff in here. So obviously, it's just definitely going to be constructed in a way that's efficient, I think. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on the parking lot, but I know a lot of people have those questions. Like, I've been stopped so many times at the parking garage at Universal, and people are asking me, which way is the park? And they'll be pointing towards Kirkman Road. Do I go down this way to get here? So a lot of people get confused with that, so I feel like this will not be a way to confuse people. I've never been confused by it, but I can see why people were confused by it. Okay, here's an aerial photo here of traffic flows near Epic Universe. Day guest parking, intersection of Epic Boulevard and Destination Parkway is at the right. Number 1 is arriving day guests at the parking toll plaza right here. Number 2, exit traffic from a parking section. And number 3 is exit traffic from another section. So you can kind of see, you go through here, you exit through number 2, or number 3 there, and then you'll come up here and turn around there. So here's the thing to remember. This is Epic Boulevard here at the end of the street. This that you have seen, this wide open area where the water is, this is the areas that we have walked in our videos before to show you guys the updated information on the parks. So you think about that long stretch right there. It's kind of cool they have the water there, kind of block out some of the stuff. But as you come through here, it'd be traffic circle. I'm sure there will be an Epic Universe sign somewhere here. Come through the traffic circle here. You will go down to the left, it looks like. Yep, go down to the left as you turn in, go up and left again at the plaza there. So there's plenty of room for everyone to allow for guests to be in. So it's not bad at all. I don't think it is, at least. All right, a few updates here. Let's hit the Grand Helios. A very wide aerial photo of the Grand Helios. It continues to be done. Stuff continues to be added to this. Now, of course, the middle dome is not finished yet, but just a couple of updates here. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. Here's an aerial look at the added concrete forms in the outdoor recreation area. So they're just updating all this, and then they're pouring the concrete pretty soon for all this. The pool is at the bottom of the photo there. Another aerial photo of the pool and outdoor recreation of Helios Grand Hotel. Large building at the right is the show building for the Monsters Unchained. Building at the top right is the Das Steakhouse, which we've talked about that before. And both in the Epic Universe, or the Dark Universe of Epic Universe. So just kind of to show you where that lies out there. A little bit of construction going on here with the fountain here. Aerial photo of the Grand Helios and nearby areas of Epic Universe. Looks close near center. A colorful star is being cast in the concrete right there. You can kind of see where the arrow is pointing. There you can see it's starting to take shape, starting to take color. We've seen the frames, but now it's starting to get color. And I don't know if we have a better photo of that today. Let's see. We might. Nope, not today. Okay, so into How to Train Your Dragon. This one's kind of just all over the place because it's just like little updates here and there. Aerial overview of the fire drill area in the Isle of Berk. Elaborately themed targets are rapidly being installed. At the left is roofing in progress near the Untrainable Dragon Theater. So they're starting to add some theming roof going on there. It's going to look good whenever they're done with it there. Another look here of Isle of Berk. Number 1 is covering over the recently cast concrete. Number 2, trees cause a reveal of Untrainable Dragon Theater within entering the world. Number 3, targets being installed in fire drill here at the bottom. Number 4, roof frames in the village. And number 5 is a large theme pole stage. So I don't know what that is. It's probably just part of the little camp that's going in there, I think, number 5. But pretty self-explanatory stuff going on. We're getting so close, guys. Here's something really cool. Here's one of the Universal Creative buildings being built here. Well, 2 of them. Near Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Interchange. Which looks good. Here's pulling back here. Number 1 is Epic Universe team member parking. Number 2 is a team member office building. Number 3 is a show building in the Ministry of Magic. 4 is the pair of large warehouses now operating. That's pretty cool. Number 5 is Universal Creative offices. Number 6 is the Lockheed Martin facility. So I just want to point this out that number 4 is a road that is commonly taken here. And so you usually see these 2 buildings at number 4 all the time over there. So pretty cool how it's working out there. It's pretty expansive land area that they're doing here. Okay, some Super Nintendo stuff. I said we're covering everything today. Number 1, recently added theming element. Number 2 is staging of airplane exterior. Number 3, destination of airplane exterior. For Funky's flying by. Number 4 is a yellow ring that's being added. So just some small things here, not a ton here. You can see number 2 is the airplane exterior. They're starting to put that together. And number 3 is where the airplane is going to go. So they're working on the airplane outside, and they're going to bring it in, put it where number 3 is. So it's going to be interesting. Really interesting. We see that there. Let's see, let's go up here. Just some landscaping being done in Dark Universe. The arrow is a recently themed age roof for DeLacy's Cottage Food Stand. We've talked about that in the press release last week, that they're going to have a little snack stand. So that is the little DeLacy's Cottage food stand right there. Looks like it's to the left of the manor there. So in between the tavern and the manor there. So I'm totally blanking on the name of it, but yeah. As much as I'm looking forward to that, I'm totally blanking. Aerial photo overview of Darkmoor, the village of Dark Universe. There seems to be a fog effect at the center. If you look right here, look at the arrow. Looks like we're getting fog. A lot of people freak out over the Halloween Horror Nights fog. Well, it looks like we're going to get that all year here in Dark Universe, which we suspected we would. Now, we know from the concept art or the flyover that we were getting like a red fog coming out of that little well we keep talking about every week. A lot of people think it's like a blood effect. Some people think it's just like a mysterious red fog. I just think it's a mysterious red fog. It's going to be something going on in there or something like that. Who knows? I just think that's what that is. Aerial photo of Dark Universe. Here we go. Just the overlook here. Not a lot being done here, but you can see the Curse of the Wolfman station, or the ride vehicles are out sitting there to the right. And then just some things being done. Crane over here to finish up the manor area. And they're just adding theming to it. DeLacy's Cottage at the bottom to the right of the manor. Burning Blade Tavern. That is the name of it. My goodness. That's at the bottom of that photo. The bottom right there. Towards the bottom right center. Something like that. Okay. Aerial photo of a recently started construction for a pair of restaurants with a shared kitchen in Celestial Park. It seems like outdoor seating. Number 2 and 3, walkways to enter a portal into the Isle of Berk. And number 4 is going to be the exit walkway from Berk. So not a ton there, but just a few little updates here and there. Now, I just want to hit on real quick that some people have revealed that there were photos that were from the construction site taken at ground level. I will not be showing those because obviously Universal does not want those shown. And whoever took those, you're a lot more brave or irresponsible than I am. Either way you look at it, whatever. But yeah, those photos are circulating. We're not going to be talking about that. Okay. Here is another thing here. Aerial photo of the Isle of Berk. Arrowhead recently added frames at queue of Hiccup's wing gliders. Here where the little arrow is at. So not a ton there. This is just added frames at the queue. Not a ton. And we're going to get here to the Chronos. The Chronos is the big thing that we're going to talk about today. Aerial photo of the Celestial Park in Epic Universe. Arrows are pointing at a recently cast concrete walkway. And look at the Chronos coming up here in just a second. Numbers at a recently added concrete. So all these areas that are numbered are just recently added pieces of concrete that are there. One more Celestial Carousel. Last remaining covering number 1 that's going up here. So they're going to be adding that to that. There you can see there. Number 2 is a service walkway above the rotunda. So they can work on some stuff there. Number 3 is concrete forms for a colorful patterned circle. And number 4 is recent concrete work. Not a ton, but just a few things. I don't know, I keep saying that over and over and over. Okay, here we go. So we're getting into Celestial Park here. Now, this is an aerial photo. Look at the current work on the cascading water feature at the front of Epic Universe. So, you know, when you walk through the Chronos, you look out, you can see everything. It kind of goes down just a little bit. Here is the look here with the water features and all the, like, the Celestial Garden area. that you'll walk in and see. So it's going to be really cool. Once they get this done, it's going to look really great. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to rival, and I think it'll end up being better looking than what Epcot is doing with its little garden area now. At least it seems it'll be. I'll have to wait and see. And then you can see the aerial photo here, the work at the Luna Overlook water features at the Epic Universe. So you can see they're starting to add things to it, little towers there. And just adding some features here and there. So more greens coming, more structures are coming. I know there is like a statue area that's going there, which will look really good when it's finished. But now it's time for the Chronos. So the Chronos to the left here, you can see, well, first of all, let's start to the right. Right is where you're going to walk up from the parking lot. There's a little area here that's surrounded by trees. This is just the entrance area, and then you're going to walk up here, go through security, whatever you need to do, and then boom, you'll be right into there. Where this little area where the crane is at, that's where the Chronos is at, which is where we are going next. Here's another photo kind of from the opposite side, showing you where you'll walk up there. You'll go through here, through security, and then there's the Chronos. But do you notice something about the Chronos? The Chronos, first of all, here's one from the preview center. This is what it looks like at the preview center. BioReconstruct wanted us to see that. And now, here is the entrance. Not completely finished, but the Chronos, which is the entrance to Epic Universe, with the official sign installed. Look at that. How beautiful is that? That is really cool. Now, obviously, they have a few things to finish up. They still have some things to add around the concrete there. There's more theming going around the portal itself. That'll be done within the next week or so. So by the time we do another one of these videos, I'm sure that'll be done. But there's some stuff they still have to do. But look at that. That's beautiful. That's amazing. That Epic Universe sign looks great. And that's not only the thing we have to talk about, but that is a huge thing, that the official sign has been placed in there. And it looks great. So, here's a look at the concept art here. Now, here is a look at what it looks like today. The top has been placed on top with the little spear there in the middle, or at the top there, and a flag placed on top to finish that off. So, comparison of those photos there, this is what it looks like now at the top. So, like I said, this is where you will be entering in. Now, can you walk to the left and right? I'm sure you can, to get through. But who doesn't want to walk through the middle of the portal when you go in? It'll be a bottleneck, but it'll still be a lot of fun, right? So here's the back side of that. Aerial look at the work in progress for the theming of the Chronos. The tower above the portal of Epic Universe. There are many covered and secured features. Yellow frames in the background were recently removed, because you remember those were on the sides last week, temporarily with the tower being assembled. So those have been removed. Now we still have a couple of things that we are coming up for this. Now they're still going to add these little like statues here. As you can see, this is from the concept art. To that, those should be added soon. One of them is Mark Woodbury. One of them is Mark Woodbury, and the other one is Woody Woodpecker. I'm just kidding. That's not what it's going to be. But that Chronos, man, that just looks so good. I mean, everything that represents what it is, how it's been, like, this is where we are now. And it looks so good. I mean, it just looks amazing. Through all the updates that we've done, it's, taken a while. The updates have been here for a while. And we've been doing these. I personally have been doing these for over a year now. And to see it get to this point now, is just one of those things where it's hard to believe that we're this close. You know what I mean? Like, we're this close to it being done. And I just can't believe it. Like, I look at it and I'm like, it kind of feels like it was going to take forever for it to happen and for it to get to this point. But we now have the Chronos installed. We now have the Epic Universe symbol on the Chronos, the entrance to the park. Yes, there is a lot that still needs to be done. Yes. But the fact that has been installed, I think it's just amazing. I think it's great. So one thing I wanted to talk about before we get out of here real quick is, we've talked about this before, that there's a rumor going around that there will be no annual passes at the beginning. A lot of people keep asking questions on these theme park groups. Is there going to be annual passes? The thing is at the end of the day, I think you can say that all you want to, but no one really knows. Here are the things that we have been told that we know. Nothing. As far as annual passes go. People are just assuming it's not going to be added to the annual pass. I have to strongly disagree with that. I feel like that is a move that will hurt Universal in the long run if they were to do that. I know several friends of mine that are annual pass holders that do not live here. They think that would be the dumbest thing they could ever do. And they have threatened to cancel their pass if Universal does that. And I can see their point. I mean, as a local who lives here, I do not want to pay, because Angie and I would both go together. I don't want to pay $300 every time I go to Epic Universe. It just won't happen. Like, the value of it just won't happen. So, on the flip side of that, the argument has been, well, what are they going to do? They're going to have so many people. What does Magic Kingdom do? What does Epcot do? Well, they're going to try to avoid a reservation system. Really? Because you're not going to be able to at this point. Now, as stupid as that sounds, you can either do that, or you can tick people off so bad that it causes your opening to be just, ugh. So Universal wants this to be a successful opening. They need it to be a successful opening. And a lot of people are just looking at it and say, well, they just don't have the means to do it. Well, you know what? I think Universal's smarter than that. I think they're not going to be like, okay, here's our pass holders who are really important to us. And that's something that they push very strongly. And I don't think they would be offering merchandise in the pass holder lounge at Universal if it was not going to happen. There's no way that they're going to hype up people that are pass holders just to be like, oh, hey, by the way, park's opening, but here's your one free ticket to go one time. And you're going to have to wait a year or two. I don't think that's going to happen at all. So I don't foresee them doing that. I just don't. I think we're going to be okay. And I just wanted to cover that real quick and talk about that. So if you're concerned about it, I don't know everything, obviously, but I just feel like, just rest assured that I don't think Universal's going to make that move. That's my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think they're going to make that move. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. This was a really quick, well, it's not really quick, it's over 30 minutes, update versus what we had last week. But you know what? We had to cover this. The Chronos had to be talked about. The parking lot had to be talked about. So there's so much that we just need to get in here and do and talk about. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out, because we are constantly, every week, doing these Epic Universe construction updates all the way to the opening, where we will film a vlog that'll probably be over an hour, maybe 2 hours long. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, the road goes ever on. I will see you next time.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to